to the finals. It does. So, I bought tonight. I was eating it, and I knew I wasn't doing that. So I stopped there, and I could eat. I bought a three-piece chicken tender. I could only do that good.
Have you gotten the fried chicken?
I have never eaten a fried chicken.
That's what people.
Really?
Hello, my friend, and greetings from Cedar Falls High School, as Cedar Falls Community Television is excited to provide you with high school wrestling coverage. Tonight, the Cedar Falls Tigers host the Golden Eagles of Dubuque Wahlert in Mississippi Valley Conference action. Mark Simpson, along with the man with the name and the knowledge, Jeremiah Longnecker, as we get prepared for tonight's match. And we found out earlier in the day some bad news for Cedar Falls due to some contact tracing due to a COVID-19 positive result, that the Tigers will be shorthanded tonight.
Yeah, they will, and it puts a damper on what was going to be a pretty exciting night for the team. Of course, the individuals still wrestling, will still be equally excited to do so, but that's the state of athletics right now, Mark.
Now, Cedar Falls, again, shorthanded. Dubuque Wahlert, they're already wrestling a little bit shorthanded due to some injuries and some inexperience. So we're only going to have about 7 matches tonight going on between these two teams.
Yeah, and while we're getting started here, we're trying to check it out to make sure that we got the right names, because there's a lot of shuffling, and there's always a lot of shuffling in high school wrestling. But we'll try to make sure that we got the right guys on the mat at the right time.
Well, let's take a look at the Dubuque Wahlert schedule so far this season. Their head coach is Joel Allen in his 8th year as the head coach, and he admitted, they've first 6 years at Dubuque Wahlert, things were really good for him. In fact, they won the state championship 2018, but been a little bit down the last few years, hoping to bounce back. As you look at their schedule, they'll be involved in the Central Elkader Invitational coming up this weekend. Meanwhile, for the Cedar Falls Tigers this season, they're in with a record of 7-2 so far in dual meets. The losses coming to good teams from Crestwood and Independence.
Yeah, they had a really good win at Ankeny, and one that you saw right here on Channel 15, a quality win. And oddly enough, Ankeny was ranked 7th at the time. They've actually moved up to 6th in the wrestling rankings.
All right, and the Tigers scheduled to compete this weekend in Marshalltown at kind of a dual team tournament. That's on the schedule so far. We'll have to see with the current health situation with the Tigers. That's the Mississippi Valley Conference Valley Division standings right now. And then meanwhile, in the Mississippi Division, where both these schools are involved with, only one match so far. That was between Wash and Dubuque Wahlert, won by the Warriors.
You see the Tigers in at 7-2. It's really been a nice season. This Tiger program continues to build, and its depth is to blame.
Yeah.
The depth is the reason for that. It's certainly not anybody to blame, but it's we can just see the quality of wrestling continue to rise.
So Cedar Falls, coached by Chris Ortner. He's in year number 3 after a long stint as an assistant for Jim Miller and Eric Keller at Wartburg College, one of the Division III powers. It's lucky to be in the Cedar Valley area. So we're getting ready for the match, and again, due to COVID-19, some contact tracing, both teams a little bit, Cedar Falls a little bit shorthanded, so we'll pass along the information as we go on who's wrestling where. And I believe we're starting at 195. That'll be Silas Shipper, a junior, and he is going to get a forfeit. So the Tigers take a 6-0 lead. We're going to see some forfeits here in a hurry here as we go to 2:20, and the Tigers will be forfeiting that, and that'll be a win for John Valdez, a senior for Dubuque Wahlert. And now we're going to go to heavyweight, and just like that, we'll have our third forfeit. Drew Campbell will be getting the forfeit for Cedar Falls. They're moving him up in weight just so they can pick up this these points here at heavyweight. He usually wrestles between 170 or 182.
Yeah, well, just like that, it's 12-6 Tigers.
And now we'll finally get our first match as we'll go to 106. And it'll be Carter Fadega, sophomore for Cedar Falls, wrestling against Jaron Guiley. Guiley He's undefeated 5-0, and he's a pretty good wrestler. Twice he's had to sit out a while because of 2 contact tracing that he's been involved with.
Yeah, and Fedega's had a nice season himself, was ranked earlier in the season, no longer is in the rankings.
So here we go. We're ready at 106. So obviously with the limited wrestlers for both teams, it's going to be critical every match here.
It sure is. You know, one of the things to keep in mind also, although the team battle seemingly is headed towards the Tigers. Oh, Fedega.
Tried the turn and he got caught off balance, and 2 points awarded for Guiley.
Yeah, you usually don't see a carry from that particular spot, but Carter's wide open and felt comfortable enough to do it, able to get out himself.
Guiley's a freshman, Fedega a sophomore. A nice roll out, but unable to get free is Fedega.
Yeah, Guiley does a nice job of staying behind Fedega after he Granby's out. Guiley in good position. Fedega's right arm trapped underneath. Now he tries to go between the legs, and to utilize that, Fedega recognized what was coming, able to free himself. Now gets back up to his base. He's just got to get to his feet.
Fedega with a record of 8-5, like the rest of the Tigers. Their last competition came on December 19th. And for Dubuque Wahlert, their last action was December 17th. So this will be the first competition since the holidays break for both these wrestling squads. Is trying to work his way up, and finally rewarded is Fedega, gets the escape point, and it's 2-1 in favor of Guiley.
Fedega working the half from here. Fedega's in pretty good shape. Got Guiley's head buried. Guiley's got to control now. It's Fedega who's in trouble. Guiley able to reach around, long arm him, grab behind the leg, and just accelerated through him. Got Fedega off balance, was able to get the late 2. And those late points were one of the things that propelled the Tigers to a win over Ankeny.
There's that late 2-point takedown. Give Jaron Guiley a 4-1 lead heading into the second period. I'll tell you what, Carter Fedega, very aggressive, maybe too aggressive right now. That cost him at least 2 points in this match.
Well, that's one of the signs of a Chris Ortner team. This is the team that rarely, if ever, gets warned. You're going to see them go. No points yet. He's got to bring him to the mat, and he does not. See, Guiley is very skilled.
Guiley again 5-0. Now he's wrestling for the first time since December 4th. So he's got to feel good to be back on the mat. Again, a couple times he was involved with some contact tracing and limited to his participation in wrestling this year for Dubuque Wahlert, and trying for the single, but they go off the edge of the mat, and we'll go back to the center.
Well, Fedega trying to get Guiley off balance there with the look, feeling like he's going to throw him, and then slid down to that single. Was in really good shape, but they left the circle. Had to bring it back.
57 seconds to go here in this second period. All the scoring done so far in the first period, with Jaron Guiley with a 4-1 lead over Carter Fedega, sophomore for the Cedar Falls Tigers.
It's nice again.
Got nice.
Now he's got to accelerate through this, which is exactly what he's doing. Now keep that half, but he's able to get out of it. No, he's out front, so he's going to get the 2.
29 seconds to go in the period. Now it's a 4-3 score. They're close to going off the edge of the mat here.
Fedega does have that left leg collapse. He's trying to seal up that near side cradle. It's hard to tell whether the hands are locked yet or not on that cradle, But whatever it is, it's a good ride. He's going to old-fashioned stick that head into the side and create some space for himself and trying to get that cradle. He's not going to get it, but a really nice ride and able to get down to a 1-point match here at the end of 2 periods. So excellent wrestling.
Looks like both wrestlers will be up for this start the 3rd period. A 1-point lead for the Dubuque Wahlert wrestler, Jaron Guiley.
Don't see that very often. Both wrestlers choose the neutral position in both the start of the 2nd and 3rd periods. Neither one wanting to get underneath.
Now you wonder about the conditioning for Guiley, who has not wrestled since December 4th.
You know, you wondered if that was maybe part of the plan to begin with, to have Carter go out and be very aggressive and get on top and ride him, because that's really where you lose your wind, is when you're being ridden by your opponent. You can get some air when you're on top and get your legs in, and you can get a good ride. Now, Fadega's got to pull him in. Got to pull this in. Just being careful, getting to the edge. Now he's working around, trying to get on that half. Now he's got to slide around.
He's able to keep Guiley on the mat, but now they're sliding off. And the referee says, let's go back to the center circle with minute 4 seconds.
Yeah, you can feel Fadega, you know, seems like he's starting to assert some control here. Guiley, as we've mentioned, looking a little bit tired now near the end of the 3rd period.
Under a minute to go here in the match. It's a 1-point lead for Jaron Guiley of Dubuque Wahlert, trying to hang on here. As Carter Fadega trying to create something here in the final moments of this 3rd period. Down to 37 seconds. Now Guiley with the shooting in block, but will Fadega have time to create something here? 25 seconds remaining.
Yeah, there you go. Fadega's got to drive him through, get him off balance, get him off to a side, and really work one side.
You see how much time's left?
And
now we're going to have a stalemate with 12.8 seconds left. Both wrestlers look pooped. Can they do it? Going up high.
That's a good shot.
Down to 5 seconds, and it looks like Guiley's going to hang on for a 1-point win.
Now, really smart wrestling there by Guiley at the end. Takes that shot, gets in. Hadn't been warned, but he just gets in, is aggressive enough, and able to finish off this match 4-3. But a well-wrestled match by both of these kids, and you know, it's the kind of match that you want to see. Both kids out there giving a great effort, but both of them on the offensive.
So it's now 12-9. We go to 113. Cedar Falls will get a forfeit. So they now lead 18-9. Now they're going to get another forfeit at 120. As picking up the wins will be Kane Shemp and Logan Vallejo for Cedar Falls. So it's 24-9. We go to 126. Freshman Zeke Wedgbury wrestling for the Tigers against sophomore Jake Evans for Dubuque Wahlert.
Yeah, I got called to the office today. Got called to the principal's office and about another matter, about scheduling actually. We ended up, imagine that. Jason Wedgbury and I ended up talking about wrestling a little bit and just talking about the state of the team tonight. And I said, oh, by the way, 126, it might be Zeke Wedgbury. I said, well, how do you feel about that? He, oh, I don't know. You know, says, we'll find out.
So Wedgbury pushed into the varsity starting lineup because of the Tigers shorthanded. Cedar Falls again leading the team score 24-9. So Zeke Wedgbury just 1-0 on the season. Jake Evans with a record of 6-3.
Zeke's had a really nice season so far, wrestling primarily JV, a bunch of wins, several falls along the way. So this is a capable young man. Talking to his dad He's not a kid that grew up wrestling all the time, so he's relatively new to the sport.
He's got a deep single on the left leg of Jake Evans.
Oh, it's good lift. That's the way. That's what you got to do. You got to lift and drive forward. Once you have that, now you got to get to the feet, drive forward, and turn. There.
Still hasn't finished it. And Evans does a good job, and it looked like Wedgbury was going to be scoring 2 points.
Sure did. You know, that's just again, just slightly inexperienced. He had him in great position, just wasn't able to finish off the move. You got to be ultra aggressive. That's nice by Evans. Pins that arm, spins around.
Takes a 2-0 lead. 15 seconds to go here in the first period.
Wedgbury looking for the old-fashioned switch, but it's not able to free his left ankle from Evans. Looks like Evans is going to take a 2-0 lead into the first period break.
The only varsity match for Zeke Wedgbury was against Waterloo West on that season opener. That Metro Dual tournament held at Waterloo Columbus, where Wedgbury, he pinned Malachi Wessa of Waterloo West. Since then, he's been wrestling strictly junior varsity. So we're underway in the second period. Freshman Zeke Wedgbury at 126 against Jake Evans, a sophomore for Dubuque Wahlert. Tigers in the black singlets. And the royal blue singlets are the Dubuque Wahlert wrestlers.
Now this is where Wedgbury wants to remain flat to the mat. He certainly doesn't. He doesn't want to get lifted, because that's where he'll collapse. That side will collapse. And Evans is going to be able to get this cradle a little bit tighter. Got to use that left foot. Now he's going to start to turn it. Now he's got that side collapsed. Got to try to break the hands somehow.
Just getting good leverage, close to turning Wedgbury over.
Yep. And in doing so, he's able to. I thought he broke that cradle. He's got to. Now if he can slip his head out, he's in good shape. Now he's feeling like he's in really good shape. That cradle's getting high, and certain enough he does. So good job of staying off the back. No back points.
It's the second time this match we've seen a wrestler look like they're going to score points, right, but it hasn't gone that as planned. And now it's 2-1 as Wedgbury does a good job avoiding getting turned over. Instead picks up the escape point.
Yeah, let's see what that took out of him. Oh, good shot by Wedgbury. Now he's just got to keep on sliding. See, that head is down. He's in good position, but then he just quits. Doesn't finish the move. We saw that earlier in the first period.
Time will be a factor here as we close out the second period. And now go back to the center. 3.6 seconds remaining.
So it's not a matter of getting quality shots. He's had a couple of those. Does a really nice job of getting in there. But that all comes with experience. Get yourself on film, get a chance to see it, hearing finishing your shot, or finish your shot, being shouted at you during a meet, and then watching it on film are two very different things.
Final period, 2-1 in favor of Jake Evans over Zeke Wedgbury for Cedar Falls, who's on top to start this third period.
Yeah, we don't know what kind of ride Wedgbury has. You get a chance to see. Evans just working on freeing up his hands. Wedgbury does have wrist control. There's nothing really going so far for him. And there's going to be there we go.
Warning to Jake Evans.
I believe they got Wedgbury, did they? Did he say green?
Yeah, he said
okay,
green.
My bad. I thought I heard him say top. I have a tendency to ignore the wristbands Oh, very nice. Now he's going to get the tilt. He certainly is.
And points awarded two
He's
at
going to
least.
get 2.
So he take a 3-2 lead, Wedgbury does, with 48 seconds remaining here in period number 3.
Yeah, and Wedgbury's in terrific shape here. He's on top. He's got the leg split. He's on a really nice mid-body ride. Wedgbury's got to be careful not to be worn himself. Now, there we go. Now we're seeing the legs. Oh, now he's in great shape, Wedgbury is now. He's got this in nice and tight. May not be a pinning combination, but he's going to get himself 3 more. Boy, you just see that drive. That's what he didn't do earlier in the match. He didn't finish, he didn't drive, but you got to see that lower body drive and just work himself right into this move. And it's not tight enough, at least yet.
So it should be a 6-2 score now.
Yep. Now he did not ever change moves.
Okay.
So that's why he just got the 3. They gave him the 2, said it was a continuation of the same moves, and so he ends up with the 3. He was assured 2 points, so he gets the 3-point near fall instead, and a really good varsity win for Zeke.
Thank you for that clarification. And now, so Wedgbury with the victory, 4-2. Now Cedar Falls are going to record consecutive forfeits again. As at 132 for Cedar Falls, that'll be Carson Cross, a junior. And then at 138, Caden Rentz will also pick up a forfeit win. So now it's 39-9 Cedar Falls. Now we're going to see some wrestling here as we'll go at start at 145.
Connor McCartan has really been wrestling well, and what I like about what Connor has been doing, he's just been so physical. And that might seem silly in such a physical sport, but he has really taken it to his opponent. 9-3 on the season is McCartan.
And he's going to be going up against Diego Marino.
6-3. So a couple of quality wrestlers here at 145 pounds. When you get done wrestling McCartan, you know that you've been in a wrestling match. It's going to be a physical affair.
Carton kind of on a roll here as he has won 8 of his last 9 matches.
There's a guy with some experience from last year, had some varsity action. Oh, really nice low single. You're gonna break down the leg, put some pressure. Lift and trip, get him off balance, get a little pull, some tug, a little push, get him off balance, get the trip. But all else, just be patient. I think he was. Don't have to do it all at once.
Picks up 2 points. This is a Mississippi Valley Conference Valley Division matchup between Cedar Falls and Dubuque Wahlert. They go off the top of the mat. Tigers coming in a record 7-2 in dual meets this year, while the Eagles at 0-4. Kind of a team that's trying to rebuild here over the last couple of years. Just kind of how it happens in athletics in high schools. You just have a couple down, it happens, no matter how good you are.
Well, and you mentioned that Wahlert won the state title in 2018 with just 4 wrestlers.
3 of them pinning all their way to the finals. It looks like Diego Marino got poked in the eye. That year they claimed 2 championships in 2018 and won it all. Only time in state history, 4 wrestlers, and they're able to win the championship. Let's take a break. It's 33-9, Cedar Falls with the lead. This is high school wrestling on Cedar Falls Community Television. So Marino okay after he got the poked in the eye. It's a 2-1 scored. Final 18 seconds to go. And Connor McCartan trying to finish off the period strong. Can he get the, yes he does, gets the 2 points on the takedown. And appears he'll be on top. 4-1 going into period number 2.
You just love the late aggressiveness, these late period points. I'd mentioned the Ankeny match earlier. In that match, at least a half dozen of those matches, the Tigers got points in the last 10 seconds of the period, got takedowns without giving up any points afterwards. We're able to ride their way out. It's so important.
And we're at 145. Now here's Diego Marino.
Yeah, McCartan's got his legs spread. He's feeling okay about this situation. Able to get to his base. Yep. Even though he had that cradle, that just wasn't. You could tell McCartan remained in balance, and nice job.
Skate point awarded to Connor, and now it's should be a 5-1 score. I think they gave that to Marino.
He did. They did.
So both wrestlers stalking each other, working on hand control. There's a good single leg by McCartan.
Oh, good lift by McCartan. He's not going to be able to turn that into back points.
Pick up 2, and the score now 7-1.
Yeah, Moreno just not really in good position. McCartan saw it, took advantage of it quickly. I think McCartan kind of smells blood in the water here. Feels like he's taken pretty firm control of this. Sometimes when you feel like you have your opponent on the ropes, you can get a little bit more aggressive, take a couple more chances.
He's wrestling with confidence. He's won 7 of his last 8 matches. Only loss coming to a wrestler from Clarion Goldfield Dows.
Now he's got this near wing locked up. I thought he had locked up pretty tight. Now he goes crossface. That's what I'm talking about with McCartan. He's going to be physical, and if he gets a chance, he's going to put a forearm in the back of your head, and he's going to go to the full extent of the rules, make you pay for being on the mat with him. And I'm a little surprised that Moreno decided to go down.
Third period, 7-1. McCartan with the lead. We're under the lights here. It's a darkened thing, except for the light above the mat at the center of the gym here. Kind of gives it that big time feel. I love it.
I do too. McCartan's got that right arm pinned. Now he's just going to try to flatten Moreno out, and that's exactly what he's done. Oh, he's good. This is just about over. This is not going to take long. There it is. Just beautiful, methodical. He had that tight as could be as he turned him.
McCartan for Cedar Falls, 2:26. It's going to be 4:26 is the time of the fall. So Connor McCartan continues to wrestle well for Cedar Falls, and Tigers add to their lead. It's now 45-9. We go to 152. Landon Shaw, a senior for the Tigers. Wrestling senior Jimmy McDermott for the Eagles of Dubuque Wahlert.
There's another physical wrestler out on the mat.
I go off the top of the mat.
McDermott just 1-3 on the season. Won his last time out over Perry Lindemann of Cedar Rapids, Washington. Shaw over 500, 8-6.
looking for some consistency here as we approach second part of the season after the holiday break. Again, this is the first competition for both schools here in 2021. So when your name's Jimmy, how long do you stay Jimmy? When do you become Jim or James?
Yeah, well, if you make it into a sitcom, you just stay Jimmy. Oh, nice job by Landon. Working his way around, pinned that arm to the side, and just used his quickness to get in behind McDermott. There's another physical kid. Shaw is. When he gets on top and he starts riding you, you're going to feel it. He's thick in the legs. He's not going to spare you any expense in the upper extremities either. And you want to keep your head up because he's going to drive it into the ground if he gets an opportunity or into that mat.
This is at 152. We started at 195. And kind of a quick match so far as we've had multiple forfeits in this. Cedar Falls with a 45-9 lead.
You see Shaw continue to put pressure from the legs forward, keep McDermott on the mat, and does a nice job of riding that out. It's big, doesn't give up the escape, takes that 2-0 lead. And it's such a valuable thing because you think, all right, if both guys take down, they both get their point, they get their escape. Now all of a sudden you come out with a 3-2 win. So that 2-point lead is huge, and especially in a low-scoring match like this.
Escape point for Landon Shaw, now leads 3-0. You notice the tattoo on the right shoulder, McDermott. I remember when at one point they had to wear kind of like a Band-Aid over tattoos.
Oh, nice job by Shaw. McDermott got in, and Shaw just able to sprawl enough to keep him away from that high double.
Good block by Shaw on the shot attempt.
Yeah, long arms for McDermott. See the difference. He's able to reach from that point. He's not even really in on a good shot. I hadn't noticed that until the second shot. You know, they're still shoulder to shoulder, and McDermott's arms are around Shaw's legs. That's a little bit deeper now. He's able to suck in that leg. Shaw's got to try to. Now he does. Nice job by Landon there, flattening him out. Now Shaw's in a much better position. Keep that head, keep the head down, spin around. That's exactly what he does. And are they going to give him? They are not going to give him the 2. That's just textbook on the part of Landon. Bury the head and spin.
Shaw looking confident out there. He has a 3-0 lead. 44 seconds to go here in this second period.
Well, Chris Ortner has really worked into his team that even though you're ahead and you're, we can call this a comfortable margin, but certainly a 3-point lead is nice in a match that's low scoring. You're not going to see these guys stall their way out. They're going to stay on the attack. They're going to continue to be aggressive. And I think that is something that Ortner has brought with him from Wartburg. If you watch Wartburg wrestle, it is a non-stop war that those guys get in. And he just doesn't allow his guys. In wins or losses, you are going to be the aggressor. And you're going to see the results of that.
Time will tick off here in the second period. And Shaw leading 3-0 over Jimmy McDermott of Dubuque Wahlert. Landon Shaw trying to record his 9th win of the year. Coming in 8-6, McDermott 1-3. Cedar Falls coached by Chris Ortner. It's his 3rd year as the head coach after McDermott picks up the escape. Made a big stride from year 1 to year 2, and they're trying to keep that momentum. And he was just kind of talking with him before the match, and he was like kind of shaken up, with the loss of all the wrestlers tonight due to the COVID, I guess the contact tracing.
Yeah, well, part of the fear is, wrestling rooms have a tendency to have things travel through them. You can do all the right things, and all of a sudden you can be down a lot more guys than you are.
That's the part he seemed frustrated with, is that, hey, we've done everything right.
Right.
It's just an unfortunate situation here. Is about 5 wrestlers out for Cedar Falls. Well, it seems like Shaw's dominated this match, but one takedown away from tying this is Jimmy McDermott.
Well, nice job of just taking a token shot there. Just a quick one. Just keep the referee off of him. Say, yes, sir, I know you're watching, and I'm going to continue to be aggressive.
40 seconds to go here in the final period. Shaw trying to hang on here. McDermott trying to come up with some late heroics.
Yeah, McDermott trying to get in on a carry, but Shaw just physically fights him off. Doesn't allow him to change levels. Same thing, you just see a little bit trying to get in.
Down to 17 seconds. McDermott running out of time here, and Shaw just too strong for McDermott here on any attempt he's made here. And Shaw's going to hang on for a win.
Really well wrestled third period on the part of Landon. Smart comes away with a 3-1 win. Really technically solid. Makes that first period takedown stand up.
We have moved to 160 now, and the Tigers will have Kyle Campbell, a junior, and he's going to go up against Matthew Nachman, a sophomore for Dubuque Wahlert. Campbell 6-7 on the year. He's won his last 2 matches, and Matthew Nachman, he's 4-4. He's also won his last 2 matches. Good shot from our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. Always fun. We are able to provide you with some high school wrestling, along with basketball, swimming. Busy time of the year, as well as our involvement with the University of Northern Iowa.
We got the schedule sent out to us the other day, Mark, and I commented to whoever was in the room with me. I'm like, it's UNI football on the schedule. You don't see that in the spring schedule. It's like we're going to have
almost turning him over, but now it's going to be Nachman picking up the points.
We're going to have some scrambling going on in this one. A couple of wide open wrestlers. Nachman able to secure the first couple of points, leads 2-0 on Campbell.
He's up a little bit high right now, is Nachman. Again, Kyle Campbell, a junior, working his way to the tripod, and then kind of stumbles into a takedown on Nachman.
Well, he did get the reversal there. I'm not sure what happened with Nachman. That was difficult to describe. Fortunately, we're on TV. Don't want to have to do that.
Working his way in for the attempted cradle, but then gives up on that, is Campbell for Cedar Falls. Again,
Campbell's in good shape. He's got the legs split. He just needs to keep on pushing forward. Keep pushing forward. Now he's got the half minute. Now drive. Oh, now he's in really good shape.
Now he's got Nachman down, and there he is. A fall for Kyle Campbell. So nicely done at 141. Kyle Campbell, it's now 54-9. And this will be our final match of the night at 170. And it's Gabe Anstetter wrestling for Dubuque Wahlert. Now is this Campbell? Oh, it is Drew Campbell.
Yep. So the Tigers have 2 Drew Campbells.
Okay,
yep.
Thank you.
And this is the other Drew Campbell. Well, I shouldn't say the other. This is another Drew Campbell. It just happens to be the second of 2 Drew Campbells tonight.
Drew M. Campbell. So he is the brother of Jack Campbell, former Cedar Falls standout football and basketball player, now at the University of Iowa.
And the heavier Drew Campbell is the younger brother of Justin Campbell, who's wrestler and football player.
Takedown
and rugby player.
Takedown out of play. Now Drew Campbell, record of 3-5. Gabe Anstetter 6-3. Drew has wrestled both varsity and JV this year for Cedar Falls.
Anstetter looking for a throw. He's got to sink the hips, Drew. I just wasn't able to do so. Could feel it coming. And that's where you got to sink the hips and get in behind. There's the fall.
Gabe Anstetter coming up with the fall. And it's 111. And now we'll just get a forfeit here at 182. And that'll go to Dustin Digman for Dubuque Wahlert. And so our final score will be 54-21.
54-21. That's what I have too, Mark.
So the teams don't shake hands. They acknowledge each other, wave, and it's Cedar Falls coming away with a victory. They're 8th of the year, and more importantly, a win in the Mississippi Division, where they're now 1-0. So the Tigers, the wrestling that was done tonight, performed well. And Coach Ortner has to feel pretty good about his team's effort, despite the fact they shorthanded.
Yeah, I think so. And even, in a loss, I thought Carter Fadega really wrestled well at 106 and remained aggressive, and in a couple of good wins. Zeke Wedgbury picks up just his second varsity win, so they got to feel really good about that, as well as some of the other regulars that got on the mat. McCartan was terrific. Shaw was just methodical as he got it done. So lots of good things for the Tigers tonight, but like you said, mostly a nice MVC win.
And well, we wish the best of luck to Cedar Falls health-wise, and for Wahlert as well, as they go into the remaining portion of 2021.
Right. It's crazy. You got to keep your eyes on the prize, and the prize right now is health and districts. What happens between there, it just may not matter so much.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our coverage of high school wrestling here on Cedar Falls Community Television. Another tremendous job by our Cedar Falls Community Television crew. For Jeremiah Longnecker, I'm Mark Simpson, and you've been watching high school athletics on Cedar Falls Community Television.
Meet Linda. Linda just bought a smart home hub and was ecstatic to see her grandkids on their weekly chats. However, this grandma spends most of her time troubleshooting across time zones. Fortunately for Linda, technical support is right down the road. With CFU Wi-Fi, our highly trained technician will install a new Wi-Fi system and connect all of her devices. Now, Linda can chat with her family and ask about their week instead of her password. CFU Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi made simple.
I enjoyed my job as principal at Cedar Falls High School, and I enjoyed working with parents, students, and staff. The thing I enjoyed most about was watching the students grow and develop, and I always enjoyed simply talking to them to tell them to go Tigers.
I have happy memories at Cedar Falls High School. I met my wife there. We started dating as a sophomore, and we have spent all of our life together. So I'm happy with the Tigers. Go Tigers!
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by CFU Cable and Channel 15, your home for Cedar Falls Tigers sports in Cedar Falls. Coverage of this event is made possible by CFU Cable subscribers. Without your support of CFU Cable TV, this broadcast would not happen and local TV coverage would not be possible. Cedar Falls Channel 15 is available on Basic or Basic Plus cable TV plans. For more information, go to CFU.net. Witham Auto Center, everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls with additional locations in Waterloo and LaPorte City. Witham Auto Center is a proud supporter of the Cedar Falls Tigers. Find your next vehicle in person or online at withamauto.com.
Kimball & Beecher Family Dentistry. Get the smile you've always wanted at any one of our 6 locations. Located on Prairie Parkway in Cedar Falls with additional sites in Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Marshalltown, and Des Moines. Go to kimballbeecher.com to schedule your appointment today, and we make you smile.
Signs by Tomorrow. More than a custom sign company, Signs by Tomorrow is your advertising solutions resource. At Signs by Tomorrow, they create affordable, high-impact signs and visual messaging solutions. Find them on McLean Drive in Cedar Falls or at signsbytomorrow.com.
Western Home Communities. Western Home Communities, the Cedar Valley's best of the best choice for older adults. Visit the website today to find out about villa lifestyles or independent living apartments, plus all the amenities they include to make life fun and worry-free. WesternHomeCommunities.org.
Tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Aaron Sonis and Joshua Catcher, the financial advisors and managing partners of Discerning Wealth, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC. Check out their website at discerningwealth.com.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Martin Brothers. Martin Brothers Food Market offers a wide range of restaurant quality foods and party supplies for every occasion. We're always open to the public and there's never a membership fee. Shop online at martinbrothersfoodmarket.com or in person at 408 Viking Road in Cedar Falls. Brad Jacobson State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Brad Jacobson State Farm is there. Call the original Jake from State Farm at 319-277-4134 or email Jake at brad@bradjacobson.biz.
Your smile is the most important thing to us. A smile is your greatest accessory. A smile lights up a room. A smile is confidence. It's a symbol of love, a friendly face, happiness, and so much more. Let us keep your smile healthy. Kimball & Beecher Family Dentistry. We love to see you smile.
What's the easiest way to buy? The Witham way. And that means offering you the convenience you need when shopping our 3 locations in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City. These locations mean always having the inventory you want when you want it. That's the Witham way. And check your mailbox for this month's specials or online at withamauto.com. Witham Auto Centers in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.